told your friend. Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Cynthia Makeover and I'm really excited to be back here again. So I would like you all to sit, relax and enjoy this video, but please do not forget to like and comment, share, subscribe, and God bless you. So this tutorial is beginner friendly and is well detailed and explanatory, so keep on watching as we proceed. So I cleansed her face with my Blossom micellar water. This helps to remove dirt and oil on the face. After that, I hydrated her skin with my Kiss Beauty Fix Spray, then I let it absorb into the skin. So next, I'm going to be using my Raché Skincare Glow and Shine Deep Moisturizing Lotion to moisturize her face. So after applying it all over the face, I let it dry before moving on to the next product. So make sure every product you apply dries up a little before moving on to the next product. So next, I'm going to be using my Gentle Dove mattifying primer on the oily areas on her face. You don't apply mattifying primer all over the face, you only apply it on the oily areas on your face. So the next thing I did was to spray the face again in order to warm it up before any other application. Then next, I'm going to be using my liquid highlighter from Nubanbeauty. This would help me achieve a glowy base. Guys, this is optional, it's not compulsory, but if you like it, you can get it for yourself. Can you see how her face is already glowing? Then after that, I'm going to be using two shades of Zikel foundation 015 and 020. So I mixed these two shades to get her skin color. Then next, I'm going to be spraying her face for easy blending. Then I went in using my beauty sponge to blend in the foundation on her face. So after blending in the foundation, I'm going to be locking it up with the same Kiss Beauty Fix Spray. Then I let it dry before moving on to the next process. So I'm going to be contouring her face with the same Zikel foundation, but this is 025. This shade is 2 shades darker than her skin color. So next, I'm going to be contouring her nose with the same foundation. After that, I blended it in order to avoid harsh lines. So moving on to cream blush, I'm going to be mixing these two shades of orange color from my Blossom lip palette and apply it above her contour. The next thing I did was to blend it with my beauty sponge and also a little bit of it on the tip of her nose. So moving on to highlight, I'm going to be using my Flawless Ivy Concealer in the shade Creamy Ivory to highlight her face. So after that, I'm going to be blending in the concealer on the highlighted areas. So one thing you need to know about blending is that you need to be very gentle. Do not use force to blend so you don't have patches on the face. So blend gently and make sure everything is well blended. So after blending, I'm going to be setting the concealer with my setting powder from Merak Cosmetics in the shade Cinnamon. So I'll just take my puff and gently set the concealer on the highlighted area. So while setting, do not pack too much setting powder. Make sure you take it lightly, one step at a time. If you pack too much setting powder, you end up having patches, especially when you don't know how to blend properly. So make sure you're light-handed while setting. So after setting the concealer, the next thing you want to do is to set the rest of her face. So I'm going to be using my Adventure Oil Control Powder palette. So I'll be taking this shade here to set the rest of her face. So while setting the rest of your face, your model face, make sure you use the exact skin shade of your model or yourself. So after that, I'm going to be doing dry contouring. I'm going to be setting the cream contour I did earlier with this Milani Compact powder in the shade medium. So next, I'm going to be using the same shade of powder to contour her nose. So after that, I'm going to be blending everything together with my powder brush. So after that, I'm going to be setting the face. Sorry, I already did that. I couldn't record it. This would help reduce the brightness of the powder. So after drying, I had to bake. I'm baking with my Sasha Buttercup setting powder. So moving on to the brows, I'm going to be using my spoolie brush to brush the brows first. Then I went in using my brow time. You can also use your hair wax. So I took a little of it and applied it on her brows. This would help lay the hair nicely. So to outline the brows, I'm using my carrot gel liner with my angled brush to draw the outline. So next I'm going to be highlighting the brows with the same concealer I used in highlighting her face. So after that, I'm going to be blending the concealer on the highlighted area. So to highlight the top of her brows, I used the same foundation I used on her face to highlight the top of her brows. Make sure you don't use a lighter concealer to highlight the top of the brows unless you know how to blend properly. If you use a concealer that is too light, maybe the one you used underneath her brows, it might end up having that light shade on the top part of the brows and you wouldn't like it. So after that, I'm going to be setting the concealer, mixing these two shades from my Adventure Oil Control Powder palette. So moving on to eyeshadow, first thing you're going to be doing, you're going to be priming the lid. So I'm using my Viange eyeshadow base to prime the lid. The reason why you should always prime the lid is because it makes the eyeshadow pop and it helps it last longer. Do not just apply and leave it like that. Make sure you blend it properly. This would help the eyeshadow to sit properly. So next, I added a little setting powder on the outer corner of her lid. Moving on to eyeshadow, I'm going to be using my Curly Cheek eyeshadow palette. So I'm taking this orange color, applying it on the outer corner of her lid, blending it towards the inner corner of her lid. So next, I'm going to be applying this yellow color from my Blossom eyeshadow palette. So I'm just going to use it to blend out this first eyeshadow to avoid any demarcation. So next, I went back with the same eyeshadow blending brush to blend the inner corner of her lid. So next, I'm going to be taking this dark brown from the same Curly Cheek eyeshadow palette and apply it on the outer corner of her lid. So I went back with that eyeshadow brush I used in applying the eyeshadow base. So I'm just gently blending the inner corner of her lid. So after that, I'm going to be going on with my Blossom eyeshadow palette. So I'm just gonna take this shade here and gently apply it on the inner corner of her lid. So the next thing I did was to blend in between the eyeshadows to avoid any misunderstanding. So next, I'm going to be lining her upper and lower lash line with my carrot gel liner. So next, I'm going to be using my Zaron mascara to prep her natural lashes and also give it volume. So next, I'm going to be using this powdery blush from Tara because I want her cheeks to pop. So after that, I'm going to be blending everything together with my powder brush. So next I'm going to be taking this light shade from my Adventure Oil Control Powder palette to dust out the excess powder on her face. So on this day I was battling with lightning, went from this to this. I'm going to be setting the face with my Kiss Beauty Fix Spray. So after setting the face, I'm going to let it dry properly. After that, I'm going to be putting on some highlight on her face. So I'll be using my Merak's Glow Dust on the areas I want the highlights to pop.
I know you told your friend.
So moving on to the lip, I'm going to be making use of my Blossom lip palette. So I'm just taking that shade here to outline her lip.
Cause you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray as you fade away.
So next I'll be using this Nubanbeauty lip stain in the middle. So I added a neutral color in the middle again just to brighten up the lip. So I added a little bit of orange color in the middle. And of course some gloss because I love glossy lips. So next I added a little TM Essential cheek glaze on her cheeks, a little bit on her forehead, her chin, and that's it. So after that I'm going to be sealing it up with my So Pro Seal It spray. So I let her face settle in properly before I applied mascara on her lower lashes. So I went back to touch her lip again because I wanted the flawless finish. So guys, this is the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. If you did, please like, share, comment. Let me know what you think in the comment section. And also please do not forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much guys. Thank you for coming back. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you all so much. I will see you all in my next video. Bye guys.